Maggio here with the podcast Marking into the Paradigm. This episode is to highlight the marking approach of Asemic writing, a way to explore how we mark the world and are marked by the world. As a somatic art practice, it begins to change our relationship to perceptions of reality, the perceptions of a reality that we have inherited. This art practice, through various marking approaches, revises our relationship to things, to the world, and to ourselves, as it changes our perceptions. In time, it changes our sense of belonging. So see if you can imagine that you're in Studio Anavami, an old industrial building with high ceilings and corrugated sheeting rattles in the wind. It's spacious with lots of light. The dark or the black industrial paper we use as substrates is tacked on the wall. This paper depreciouses the product. There is available an array of water-soluble marking implements, both hard edge and soft. To shift out of the old paradigm, we begin by altering our relationship to our materials. We want to enter into a collaboration with them rather than seeing them as inert objects for our use. They each have their own history, really, their quirks, and even their intelligence. Can you imagine the universe as animate? That means all things have a beingness. Animals, plants, rocks, rivers, weather systems, human handiwork, and even words. They have their own spirit. In an animistic world, more people across the planet and throughout history have believed in an animate universe than not. We actually are an anomaly. The art practice for all participants, creator and recipient, is fundamentally a practice in being. The doing and the products of doing are secondary, yet provide an opportunity for a transcendent leap beyond simple physical cognition and mental rationale. They are the narratives that build for a leap in transcendence. We will be doing Asemic writing, a writing that has no content. We are creating the not yet discernible narrative. Each mark is alive with a sense of being. We mark on various thin papers, tissue, deli paper, and glassine. Pick up a thick stick of water-soluble graphite. Feel the weight. Can you even feel a particular beingness? Hold it in various ways. Comfortably, awkwardly. Does it prefer a particular hold? Now drag it across the tissue paper. Feel how it leaves a trace with different pressures and movements. Try the non-dominant hand. How are the marks different? Experience how life, conversation, even thinking is a kind of marking. As you become a part of the implement, do you feel the otherness dissolving? We are building context rather than content. Mark in a continuous line like writing, up, down, even over the other lines, in a script, in a code. As in a stroke of brush calligraphy, it is the awareness and the focus of being that gives each mark its presence. Try shapes and strokes in different sizes. big, small, backward, upside down? Is there a feeling of a hidden language of interrelatedness with the experience of the marks? Asemic writing short circuits the rational, inviting in the poetic. The poetic says more than what is obvious. Because we are in an intimate part of a greater whole, separation is an illusion. When it begins to get boring, this marking, find ways to become engaged. This is how innovation develops. So now, with a stack of marked papers, we turn to the larger substrate tacked on the wall. Here the Asemic writing becomes vocabulary for a larger piece as we tear and add layers with clear matte medium. At first, in the practice, there is no aesthetic evaluation or judgment. In fact, there's no idea or plan. We allow the markings, whether in collage or directly on the substrate, the opportunity for a life of their own. There is only the engagement of marking and being marked. It is a setup for an unfoldment, to reveal itself with a surprise, perhaps the emerging implicate order, ground of being. This kind of art practice yields insights that develop in time. It was T.S. Eliot who said, "Art is not to express personality, but to overcome it."